I just want to talk some wrestling with everybody. I want to go over Raw and I want to go over SmackDown. So that's pretty much what all this is going to be about. So I've got my handy dandy notebook here. Bada bing, bada boom. I've got my notes written in here. Let me go and get to that. And I'm ready to go. All right. So Monday Night Raw coming to you from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. And only thing I like coming out of Boston is Sasha Banks and the clam chowder. Moving along. And actually the crowd tonight was really, really good here. But anyway. So you get this long drawn out montage from last week and the previous weeks talking about what was going on with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and you know they're this and they're that, you know, who's gonna put the fist out here, who's gonna put the fist out there, and nobody wants to accept it here and there, you know, their games and everything. So after that, Dean comes on out. I like Dean Ambrose. I love his personality. I like him. Well, parts of his personality. I want to see more of that fire. Now, I don't know if that's because he can't do it, but the Moxley and everything that was in NXT that was going to do the feud with Mick Foley and before that, that's amazing. And I know he can't do a lot of that CZW extreme stuff. I'm not asking for that. None of that combat zone wrestling stuff. No, I'm just asking for him to be more kind of like his self back when he was in NXT. And, you know, for the past 4 years here, we've only seen, you know, supposedly wacky lunatic Dean, who's really not a lunatic in the first place. Anyway, he goes and he's seething in the ring. Calls out Seth Rollins, you know, Mr. May 28. He's like, why would you do this? You know, I finally put my hand out here and yada yada. Seth Rollins comes on out looking weaselly as ever. And I know Seth is supposed to be the good guy here. I'm not going to say baby face, nothing like that. Well, face, sure. Baby, no. So he comes on out there looking like, oh, is he going to screw him over? See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it going to be Seth that's going to screw him over, or is it going to be Dean that's going to screw him over? Now, logic says it's going to be Seth because, you know, he doesn't like people. He can't trust people. You know what I'm saying? Yada, yada, yada. But what if it was Dean that screws him over? Anyway, that would be freaking awesome. So they come out here, they go tease left and right. You know, Seth was like, you're the one that was playing games, and, you know, I went to do this, and then you turned your back on me, and then why would you do this and that? And then Dean is like, I'm not playing no games. And I'm thinking to myself, Seth, Dean really has a legitimate reason for being kind of like not trusting you and being upset and everything. So just let's not forget that you did kind of stab him at Roman Reigns in the back. Not really care about Roman Reigns, but you stabbed Dean in the back, baby. You can't do that and get away with it, you know. And then it took you how many years before you apologized? I think it was what 2 weeks ago. He then 2 or 3 weeks ago he then apologized for like the freaking first time. You know what I'm saying? So then they go back and forth, and there's just overly dramaticness. They actually even, you know, they even start tussling and whatnot, you know? So one hand here, one hand there, you know what I'm saying? And then they freaking fight. Like brothers. I mean, they're not fighting like they're trying to kill each other. I can actually see what this was. This was just like pent up frustration. They just needed to get out. And not like the pent up frustration where like Dean was like, I'm going to pop out of a taxi cab and kill you, pop out of Christmas gifts and kill you, you know, not that kind of he just needed to just get this out. It was just it was just all a part of the healing pains. I could definitely tell that, you know. But then Sheamus and Cesaro, they come on out, they attack dudes, you know what I'm saying, which is pretty freaking awesome, you know what I'm saying. It was actually a nice back and forth tussle. It really was, you know. I'd expect nothing less from these guys. Sheamus and Cesaro, they bring the heat. Those guys are really freaking good, especially Cesaro. I don't have to tell everybody how good Cesaro is. If you're watching this, you know how good Claudio Castiglione is, okay? You know what I'm saying? So they start tussling and doing their thing out there. It's beautiful, okay? You know, they get rid of them. Then the Shield, you know, they go, one does the hand, the other one does the hand. They're like, no. Then they both do it at the same time. Boston crowd is going crazy. They're like, yes. I mean, you really felt the energy there. Then they finally put the fists out, and then they come together as, you know what I'm saying, you know, close to the Shield, obviously missing Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying, but as good as we're going to get. And Kurt Angle comes on out, and he's like, actually, you know what? Why don't I just for the hell of it make it a tag team match at SummerSlam? So now I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, Sheamus and Cesaro are probably going to lose that match. And as much as I like Sheamus and Cesaro, and I really like Sheamus and Cesaro, I mean, I was there when they were fighting and they had their final match in Houston and I enjoyed seeing them live, the energy and just the presence that they have. I enjoyed what Mick Foley did, bringing them together. It was actually they're pretty damn good. And then the entrance, how they mesh together with the kilts and everything, they look like what's his name from out of Raging Bull. They kind of remind me of like what's his Robert De Niro. They've got that like 80s like grunge Sex Pistols vibe going on there. Like Sheamus could that freaking mohawk and whatnot. Like so I'm definitely digging the look and everything that they bring to the table and energy. But Sheamus and Cesaro versus freaking The Shield. That's a damn no-brainer. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, obviously, the fucking Shield. You know, Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta Shield. Wait till they come back. All right. Moving on. Okay, we got Nia versus Sasha Banks, and Nia comes out just looking ever so delectable, ever so delicious, ever so pulchritudinous. I mean, that Nia Jax is something else. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm such a fan of her. Now granted, I know not everybody else is as high on Nia Jax as I am. I totally understand that. And I knew she was fighting Sasha, so I'm like, okay, Nia, I'm prepared for you to lose to Sasha because I know she's the better in-ring competitor. I know she's the better crowd favorite. I know she's going to push the merchandise. She's going to put the people in the seats. I totally understand that. So I'm already in the mindset like, okay, so how is Sasha going to beat up on Nia tonight, but without making Nia look weak? Of course, you know what I'm saying? We gotta protect both our interests here, you know. Then of course Sasha comes out, you know, with the delectable purple hair, and she's just flipping this way, and then she's just flipping that way. You know what I'm saying? Doing her boss entrance and everything, looking good. I like I said, her and Clam Chowder are the best things to come out of Boston. Just in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'll leave it at that and move along. So then they doing their match, and then I'm noticing, I'm looking over here on the screen. I'm like, what is this? I'm guessing that's supposed to be a throne, right? But clearly, it is the lifeguard chair that you would find on a beach, and someone spray painted it silver in the back, and that is supposed to be Alexa Bliss's throne. Check this out. Alexa Bliss is supposed to be a goddess, but she can't do no better than a damn spray painted beach chair. Anyway, she ascended her beach chair throne to watch over the match, and boy golly, it was a good 13 plus minute match where it really felt like there were times where Nia Jax was going to win, especially at one point. The best way I could say it was like she baseballed her outside, like she picked up Nia picked up Sasha by the legs and just like right into the barricade, like damn, she just slammed all of her body in there. I'm like, man, you're gonna kill Sasha. And I tell you this ref was on point, because every time Nia, like the first time, like during the first bump, right, I would say like within like the first maybe 10-15 seconds, Nia hit her so hard, like even I was like, holy shit. And the ref just flies over there. He's like, Sasha, do you have a pulse? Are you alive? Are you okay? And he did that at least 5-6 times throughout the match, where it really looked like, holy crap, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sasha may have been terminated here, okay? But anyway, Sasha ultimately picks up the win with the bank statement that she just refused to let go of. I mean, this girl was flipping, and she got all up in there and doing her little small thing. At one point, she even had a chokehold on her with Nia's arms behind her back, and it was choking her. I mean, like, she was doing some really creative maneuvers for a girl that's what, I think she's 5'3", and Alexa's like 5 foot, and Nia's about 6 foot. So she was doing what she could for a 5'3", maybe 125, 130 pound girl, you know. And she did what she did there, and it was pretty darn good. I will say that. And that was the end of the match. Sasha won that. That's pretty much all I can say. You know, so it's gonna be Sasha versus Alexa Bliss at the pay-per-view, which I would like Sasha Banks to win. I'm okay with Alexa. I mean, you know, she, especially on the promo. I mean, in the matches, man. But you know what I'm saying? At least she's improving and whatnot. But on the promo, that girl is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? So she knows what she's doing there. So it's gonna be SummerSlam Sasha versus Alexa. So then Kurt Angle's backstage with the Hardys. Fantastic. You know, they're talking about how the Ascension, Scott Dawson was hurt. It was Wilder that was hurt before. Now it's Dawson is hurt with a torn bicep, I believe. and it's so sad because I'm a fan of Ascension. I mean, they go hard, you know what I'm saying, all day, all night. Say yeah, yeah. But really, I was a fan of the Ascension. Excuse me, not the Ascension, the Revival. The Ascension. I mean, the Revival. Oh my goodness, that's because I got the Ascension on my mind now that they're all gluten free and everything. But yeah. So the Revival, they were talking about how the Revival is out, and then Hardy's, you know, I don't even know what the Hardys is going to do. Are they even going to be on SummerSlam? I hope they're doing something. But anyway, an event comes up and Kurt Angle's got to run. He's like, something's going on here. And then, you know, they got to go backstage and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But at least they're alive and whatnot. So I'm very, very, very happy about that. So then we got Miz with the Miz Taraj, you know, and he comes on out there and he wants his retribution from freaking last week. Of course, obviously, you know what I'm saying. So that's that. And we got Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor, and I'm doing it because I don't really know what to say about this Bray Wyatt character. Now in terms of his promo, he's interesting. He does what he has to do, but the way Bray gets into feuds with people is odd. Usually somebody will do something like, oh, you messed up a match or you interfered here. It's like Bray he'll be like, I don't like you because the people seem to like you and you're a false god and you're not like me and so I'm like, what is going on here? That's why it just confuses me. It was like, all right, 1 minute Finn Balor was fighting Elias Sampson, and then he just segued himself in there. It was like, okay, now we're done with you, Elias. Now insert Brand and have him one of his long out tired diatribes, you know what I'm saying, and then just going in. And that's pretty much what he did. Yeah, you know. So yeah, there you go. Freaking Kurt Angle makes a match, you know. He and I don't know why he did this, but Kurt Angle said, you know what, SummerSlam's gonna come early for the 15th time tonight, and he turned Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor into a match. Now, when I say I don't know why they did this, meaning like, you know, giving away this kind of a match for free, but obviously they would have done this so that they can have a reason to put the demon or the demon character onto SummerSlam, because obviously you know what I'm saying, it's a big draw, the entrance, the color, the merchandise, yada yada. And up until then they didn't have no build up for it, so they were like, holy crap, how are we going to get this build up going within freaking 1 week? So they shoehorn this into there. You know, Bray comes out there and he's fighting Finn, and then he beats Finn clean. One of the best people on the planet, Fergal Devitt, just gets beat up clean by Bray Wyatt, and that's okay because it's furthering the storyline. At least I saw that. Then afterwards, Finn Balor in the corner. Yes, Bray Wyatt after the match, after he wins clean. You know what I'm saying? After he kicked the rope and then he crouched in there and then he gave him a Sister Abigail when Finn was trying to go for the coup de grace. You know, he gets a bucket of, as they say, red viscous liquid, because you can't say blood on TV, and it's not even freaking blood. You know what I'm saying? He goes and does some like Gangrel style shit from way back in the day. It said, you know, when the lights come on, they would already just be covered in the blood. But no. You actually saw this. Gets the bucket of red viscous liquid, you know, and just proceeds to pour it all over Finn Balor. That's right, pour it over him. He's laughing, he's going crazy. He's doing his hystericalness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's that. And then we go away, and in scenes, so to speak, WWE style. All right, Elias Sampson's out in the ring, and I love this freaking Elias Sampson. Who wants to walk with Elias? Like even back when he was El Vagabundo, yeah. But no, I really do like Elias, and this was pretty freaking good here. You know what I'm saying? Elias, in his song on Boston, like he ran him down, and I like clam chowder personally, but Elias was not having none of that clam chowder, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, no. And I'm like, you suck, Boston. Your people suck. Oh yeah, he said I was walking down by Fenway, so that was already and then I came up with this song, and I was like, Boston sucks, the people suck, clam chowder sucks. And I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. All right, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So that was totally fine. And then pretty much nothing really happened after that. You know what I'm saying? You got this whole Enzo shark cage situation going on here, and I said it just like that, Enzo shark cage situation, because in all the times that I've seen shark cages, and I've tried to go back and do my due diligence on this, all the matches and the people that were in shark cages were all like, evil, bad, nefarious characters that you wanted to put in there because, that character was somehow causing interference so much that you needed to get him away because he was such a distraction. Enzo doesn't cause distractions like that. In fact, Enzo is the first one to get beat up. So Enzo gets usually beat up within a couple of moments, and then he's laid out for the rest of the match. Everybody agrees with that. They're like, oh look, Enzo's taken out again in record speed, and now he's down for the count. So it's not like Enzo is just so much of a threat, like, man, we don't know what he's going to do, man. Enzo could do anything to help us win. And they're going to put him in a shark cage match and suspend him above the ring. So I'm like, this is interesting here. We got a good guy. But the funny thing is, the setup for it, Big Cass is like, I'm so tired of this, man. What are we going to do about Enzo? And Kurt Angle just volunteered, like, let's put him in a shark cage match. Like, Kurt, really? That was the first thought off the top of your head was shark cage. Suspend him in the shark cage. Okay. Anyway, so we got Cass out there with the shark cage, standing next to it, and that is amazing how big that guy is. You know what I'm saying? He's like pretty much right there with the shark cage. But before that, the freaking smattering of boos that Big Cass got for at least a good 5+ minutes or so. We talking about like Roman Reigns heel level heat, nuclear heat, like just and that's because, people like freaking Enzo, they know what Big Cass did. They're freaking aware of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I loved it. I loved the fan reaction from that. And they just booed him. And he was like, I got time. I can do this all day. Y'all paid to come and see me. You know what I'm saying? Then finally, I'd say after about the 5th or 6th attempt, he just started speaking all over them. The usual. He ran him down. You know what I'm saying? I could say why they feuding here. Like what's going on here? What's the end game? Me personally, I want to see Enzo turn on Big Show and realign back with Big Cass, but don't put them back in a tag team. No. Let Enzo just stay to be with his mouthpiece. Because remember why Big Cass turned on Enzo in the first place. It wasn't like he just turned on him because he said, well, screw you. I no longer like you anymore. I hate you. He turned on him for some incredibly valid reasons. He was like, Enzo, you used to use me all the time. Enzo used to run your mouth all the time, and then I would have to fight your battles. You weren't very nice to me, Enzo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were a pretty slimy dude. You've been using me since we grew up. And then remember the next week, Enzo was like, yeah, you're right. I did all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the nicest to you. I wasn't the friendliest to you. You know what I'm saying? So Big Cass, is he really a bad guy so much as somebody who's just enough is enough and has been pushed over the edge? So in a sense, why wouldn't Enzo eventually want to realign himself back? He's like, look, I'm the reason that Cass is such an asshole to me in the first place. If it wasn't for me being such a schmuck of a person, and even in real life, if it wasn't for me being such a schmuck of a person, I'd still have my freaking best friend here, you know what I'm saying? And that's inside the ring and outside of the ring. So I would love it if, Enzo came to his senses and was like, you know what? Screw you, Big Show. You know what I'm saying? And then he tries to help him. And he's like, you know what, Cass? We don't have to be a tag team, but I'm going to make it my damnedest to help you to become the champion. And then we can get we can get Big Cass and Enzo back together, so because, everybody loves them two together. We can have them still doing their shit, but obviously change it up to make it like a heel version of it, And I personally would like that. So then Enzo comes on out, obviously, you know what I'm saying? He's standing up at the top of the cage, he's running his mouth more, blah, 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 that I don't need to recapitulate because it's just freaking nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, blah, 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 blah. Here comes the Big Show. Now we're going to come on down to the ring and confront Cass. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go and skip through this shit, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, they come on down to confront him. Guess who he got there? He got Gallows and Andrews with him. The club. Why is the club working with him? They didn't say. I don't know. But anyway, the club is out here and they wreak havoc on Enzo real quick, obviously. Get Enzo out of here, you know what I'm saying? He's done. Once again, watching in the shark cage. He's been taken out within like 10 seconds. You know, freaking Gallows pulls off of his belt, wraps it around the wrist, and they just start going to town on freaking Big Show to the point where they break his hand. I'm not sure if it was his hand or his wrist because they were stepping on both, so it could have been either his hand or his wrist that they supposedly broke. They rung it in the door. You see all the paint and stuff come off on Big Show and whatnot, and for the second time, freaking Gallows breaks Big Show's hand. And don't act like I don't remember when he did that in the Straight Edge Club with Sarita and CM Punk. I remember that. So for the second time, Gallows breaks Big Show's hand or wrist, whichever. Hurts his knockout punch hand. How about that? There we go there, you know. And that was actually, that wasn't that bad. I really do like Gallows and Andrews. Oh man, I'm a big fan of these guys. So it's nice to see them with something here. Now, how they figure into it, who knows? I really want to see how they figure into it. Now, is Cass, now are they aligning themselves with Cass, meaning do they work for Cass, or is Cass aligning himself to the club? Did Cass join them, or did they join Cass? See what I'm saying here? It makes a huge difference, like who's running the show, basically, you know what I'm saying? You know, size would dictate that Cass would be running the show, but I mean, experience would say that they would just be trying to join the club, you know. So we got Titus Worldwide backstage, you know, Titus O'Neil with Akira Tozawa and Apollo Crews, and of course they're nowhere to be found is Dana Brooke, you know what I'm saying, who joined them on a Raw exclusive online. I like Akira Tozawa. I like Apollo Crews. I like Titus O'Neil. It would be nice if we could do more, since Titus, obviously, you know, he's going to be doing the manager thing. I'm perfectly fine with that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see something done with Apollo Crews. That is entirely too much freaking Raw talent. That is just going to waste. What does that got? About 5'11", 6 foot, 245, 250, solid mass, back flipping, front flipping. The guy's basically a cruiserweight. Obviously, he cannot go into a cruiserweight, but I'm just saying, the way, I mean, please, just do something with him. But anyway, we got the cruiserweight match with Akira Tozawa versus Neville. And a damn good match that I honestly, I don't know why. I'm okay with Neville losing. It's right to lose, WWE. So don't look at it like I'm just one of these pissed off fans here. No, but I'm just wondering why you chose to have the payoff with Adrian Neville losing finally after January, from holding that belt from January to now, losing to Tozawa on the Go Home episode rather than letting Tozawa get that sunshine. You know what I'm saying, right? It's sunshine, rising sun. Anyway, let him get that sunshine, you know, at SummerSlam. That would have been pretty cool. But they gave it away ahead of time. And a damn good match. And you knew it was a good match when Neville was going for the freaking Red Arrow. And he never uses that thing unless he absolutely positively has to. And when he missed it, I was like, oh, this is it right here. This is it. And Tozawa went for the freaking super duper seated senton and he won the belt. Akira Tozawa is your new cruiserweight champion. And once again, I'm not sure why this was done ahead of time, but I believe Neville revoked his rematch clause for SummerSlam. I'm not too sure on that, but I think he did. But it was a really good match. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. So it made me wonder because why would there was 14 matches on the card, so I could see why okay, so they shifted some stuff off them. So I'm like, okay, maybe that would make sense why they would move some of the matches to here versus the SummerSlam. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm definitely a huge fan of Emma, and then you see the Emma and Mickie James, who I really like as well. I'm a big fan of Mickie James from back in the Attitude Era all the way up to now. I like Mickie James. You know what I'm saying? I like when she was doing the thing with John Cena, and clearly she was doing the thing with him in real life. That's why it worked so well. You know? Okay. Bray already out the face Finn Balor, and good golly gee willikers, boy oh boy. Gotta love that darn man. But like this guy is just so he's so freaking hipster like. Even going back to that Finn Balor and that Bray Wyatt situation. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep saying it's a situation like that. But I really like Finn Balor. You know, everybody likes Finn Balor, and I'm struggling to find out like what is it? Because I'm like, I guess he just has that X factor, that certain it thing. You know, it's not because of his super height or his super body or he's super huge or his microphone skill. It isn't any of that. You know, he just has this look or this je ne sais quoi or this joie de vivre. You know, he just exudes it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and just a freaking good match. You know. And it really was. It was a nice, good, freaking physical match. And Hipster Bray wins, as I said earlier, you know, with the whole blood thing. You know, Hipster Bray wins. And then goes and throws the bucket of blood. That's why I said it then, and I'll say it now. This is a situation, and I have no idea why this is happening other than to bring out the demon. Anyway, moving on past that. Emma versus freaking Mickie James. Mickie James picks up the win with a freaking Mick kick, you know, and this convoluted show moves along here. Why, oh why, can Emma not freaking win? I'm serious. Like, why is she not booked to win? How about that? Because we know she can win. We know she's capable of it. Why? Why not? I don't understand. Please, hashtag give him a chance. Seriously, give freaking him a chance. Then Raw's coming back and oh freaking Charlie, good lord, that freaking robot Charlie and her terrible questions and whatnot. Like, please, please. I know everybody can't be like freaking Renee Young, and I know they want the ladies backstage. That's totally fine. But can we get some personality? These girls, like, are they not allowed to ad-lib? Are they not allowed to deviate or make the questions seem like they flow a lot better? And then there's this robotic stare that they have. And there's no emotion. There's just no feeling. There's no presence there. And it's just, holy crap. That's all. And then Finn Balor's like, I'm going to unleash my demon character. And he's saying that to her, like, oh, Bray's got his demons and well, I've got my demons. And at SummerSlam, he's going to see my demons. Pretty much. There you go. Miz again with the freaking Miz Taraj versus Jason Jordan, which I thought was going to be a darn good match. And I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and see what we're going to have here. But freaking within what, a minute and a half, they come in and they start attacking damn Jason Jordan. And I'm like, why are you doing this? What is going on here? And I'm like, okay, makes sense. Then I thought about it. All right, this is the freaking Miz Taraj. This is Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Their job is to protect the Miz at all costs. Okay, fair enough. I got it. We come back from the freaking commercial, and next thing you know, it's a tag team match, Teddy Long style. All right, now I figure that they did this so that we can get the Hardys on Raw. And I'm okay with that. You know, put them in the match. You know what I'm saying? We like the Hardys. Everybody likes the Hardys. I want to see them deleted because it would be delightful. Oh, I would love to see that. You know, if they brought him in with the King Maximil, with the with what's her name, Reby Sky, and the Vanguard one. That would be really freaking cool, and they could just be teleporting around and whatnot. Brother Nero, oh, what Itchweed? Oh my goodness! Then we could see Jeff Hardy doing all these strange, like off the wall characters and whatnot. Oh man! Anyway, I'll look on this. Whew. So it was nice to see the Hardys. I like the Hardys, you know, and you knew who was gonna win that match. You know what I'm saying? So it you know. He was neither here, it was neither there. It was just nice to see the Hardys, you know. Oh, speaking of, since I really don't care about the outcome of the match, Bo Dallas. I really do like what's going on with Bo Dallas. I will say that, you know. Bo Dallas with the look and the bandana and the one glove and whatnot. I'm like, okay, Curtis Axel is kind of, you know, just kind of hanging off the side, just doing his thing. But it seems like Bo is really making the most out of this and has the potential to become like a freaking Damien Sandow character, you know, when he was with the Miz and how he just like, holy crap, you started taking notice of Damien Sandow a little bit more. Even when Alex Riley was back with the Miz. So I'm like, I will give the Miz this. He has this ability to like, you get with him and then somehow he gives you a platform that allows you to shine. Now whether you choose to use that platform to shine or not, I don't know. But so far, I've seen Alex Riley do it. I've seen Damian Sandow do it, and I really do feel like Bo Dallas, he could use that platform to shine. And Bo is taking every advantage of the opportunities when he gets them, and I'll give him that. So this main event, or I don't even know if you can call it a main event, just like the main promo, comes on out. We got Brock and freaking Paul Heyman, and Paul's doing his usual shtick. You know what I'm saying? The same kind of tired thing we've heard before. Brock this, Brock that, yada yada, yes, yada yada. I like Brock Lesnar. I know he's tough. I know he's this. I know he's that. I just kind of get tired of him not being around. Now here's the thing. No, hold on. I will understand what Vince and what Paul said. They said he is an attraction. Okay, that he shouldn't be around all the time because that's the mystique of Brock. But him defending the title one time within the span of 7 months, come on, that's pretty bad. The champion can be around and only show up to defend the title, even if it was like, well, Brock only shows up every month to defend the title every 2 months. It's still better than every 7 months. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I understand Brock is a special attraction, but I do feel like on your show people should be aspiring to work up to championship level, right? And it was crazy that for 7 months nobody could work up to championship level. So from the end of WrestleMania, right, until Great Balls of Fire, nobody could. It took 7 months for someone like Joe to get the opportunity to fight Brock for the title. So you have to ask yourself, he's a special attraction, but is he a 7-month special attraction and we can't get a belt for him? Especially when you have the whole 30 days you don't defend. Okay, and how about this? WWE, just address your rules. You take the belt off of Naomi because you say she can't defend it in 30 to 40 days. You take it off of her. Now Brock didn't defend it for 99 to 100 days. That's all I'm saying. And that's not being a nitpicking fan. It's not being an asshole. That's operating within the realms of your own continuity, the rules that you set up. Okay, WWE? So I'm like, if you just address that to the fans, like, okay, so how does Brock able to escape defending the belt every 30 days? Just put that out there. Okay, Brock's an attraction. He doesn't have to fight all the time. Understandable. His contract set up like that. Okay, that's cool, but does his contract state that he can hold the belt and defend it whenever he feels like defending it? That's all I'm getting at. Then, so Paul's like, I'm not going to lose. And then if Paul's saying that, like, Brock's not going to lose. And then if Brock loses, it won't be because you pinned him. And then he won't have anything to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And then Joe comes out. And man, he got a good reaction. And I'm like, okay, all right, I like what they're doing here. And then Strowman comes out, you know what I'm saying? And he's running his mouth and shit. And then finally, freaking Roman Reigns comes out to just a thundering ruckus of boos, as we would have expected, And the show goes off with everybody beating up on everybody. Reigns comes on out, and he takes care of Joe. And then you're left with Strowman and Brock Lesnar fighting. And that's how the show goes off, with them all fighting. But I have no idea what happened, to the live crowd, because obviously I'm pretty sure they didn't just stop fighting right away, you know what I'm saying? So it looked like Roman was taking care of Joe or vice versa.